All right, folks, Frank Zorrilla here, CEO, founder of Zor Capital, USIC competitor 2025 and 2026, 26-year veteran. Very simply, I'm going to go over, right, building a watch list where you take the best performing, one way to do it is you take the best performing stocks on a 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, year-to-date basis, and then you put them all, the top 400, put them all together on the list, and that gives you the best performing stocks in the short term. So you can look for momentum plays. But also what you need to do as well is you got to make sure that you take the Russell 1000 names and do exactly the same thing, because most of these big cap companies don't move in percentage gains, they move in dollar gains. So you might miss them because they're not up 50% in 1 month, but they might be up 50, 60, $75 in 1 month. So when you do that, you combine, you make up a list of the best performing stocks percentage wise, and also the best performing stocks that from the Russell 1000 are going to give you the bigger cap names like, Corning, SanDisk, Lite, Lite, Micron, things of that nature, right? So what I do is I have three major scans, right? I have the top 400 names, which is right over here. I have stocks that traded 25 million shares in 1 day on any given day in the last 40 days. And I have this other scan here, stocks that went up 4% or more and 3 times the volume anytime in the last 40 days, right? And then after that, I'm looking for setups. So I have my go-to filters: inside days, down 3 days in a row, hugging the 20-day moving average, which means any stock that is within 4% of the 20-day moving average, of the 20-day moving average. Now, when I put all these things together, I come up with 1,054 names, right? But a lot of those names are duplicates. So what I did was I took all the inside days from the 25 million share scan. I took all the inside days from the top 400 scan, and I took all the inside day from the 4x3 scan. And I did the same thing with the down 3 days in a row, and also the hugging 20 days, and also hugging the 10-day moving average. And that gives me 544 names. That is a more manageable list for tomorrow. Now I can throw in another filter. I can throw in, it's got to, trade 500,000 shares daily. That's going to give me less than 544 names. I can throw in another filter that says it's got to be above the 200-day moving average, or the 50-day moving average, or the 21-day moving average, whatever the case may be. But the point is, and now that I have this list of 544 names, we're going to narrow down that universe a little bit more, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to start with the inside days. And with the inside days, we're going to, do the inside days, and we're going to see the higher price stocks first, and we're going to go through them. And now what we're looking for is we're looking for setups, right? NVIDIA, not bad, but something like this, INSM, it's a biotech, but something like this, extremely tight, where the buy stop is right over here, 160.49, and you can put a tie stop here on 157. But something here like ARM, which I already own, right? Big catalyst here, 29 million shares. Something in regards to they're going to be making chips now. Their revenue is going to be much higher than what they anticipated because they're now going to be making chips. So something like this, 150.40 with a stop at 145. So now we're looking for setups, right? And that's what we're doing. We're starting with the inside day. We want something tight. But the point of this video is not to give you ideas for today, is to just let you know how it is that I narrow down my universe, how I take my 3 main scans and I put them into one working list, and then I work from there, okay? And now it's just a matter of finding some tight setups, if there are any. Right now, we found 2 that look extremely promising, specifically ARM, which I already bought here when it went through this high, when it was down 1, 2, 3 days in a row, which is one of our filters. Stocks down 3 days in a row or more. We come across these filters because when you start, studying the best performing stocks in the short term, what you want to see is, you don't want to see, oh, it broke this 52-week high, or it broke this cookie cutter high from 6 months ago. You want to start to notice, where are moves starting from? Okay, where did this move start from? This 1, 2, 3, 4 days started from an inside day, right over here. Inside day went up multiple days in a row. Right here, you had 2 days up, but it was after 3 down days. So this is how you start to create your own scans and filters, okay? If you want to see how I came up with these characteristics, then just go onto my YouTube channel. I just explained all this a million times. So that way you can see how you can narrow down the universe of 6,000 names to a general watch list and then to a handful of actionable ideas. So trading well.